Now,
My B book.
my B book is a sequel
So
to my A book.
the Book of Marmalade could have been My Book of Marmalade.
Yes.
My B book.
Yes.
My B book.
Well, what happened was that the first book, that was my A book, and the sales were so good that they
That's the
decided to
sequel.
produce my B book.
Gosh, W.C. Cotton was onto a good thing.
But, well, unfortunately though, the sales didn't do as well, and my C book was never produced.
Ah. But the original manuscript is in an archive somewhere.
However, the reason why my B book did go on to be successful was because it was followed up by
Honey by the ton.
Honey by the Ton.
Is that how much his wife weighs?
I don't know. All I know that Honey by the Ton was later reviewed
Is that Oliver Reed?
by Loaded magazine. And they got the wrong end of the stick on that one. Sorry, guys.
I've never even read that magazine. Now let's look at this. This is why we've come down here. This sums up our blog. A diet of tripe.
Wow. Does it have honeycomb in it?
It could do.
Which would match with the bees.
Yeah. It all connects.
Oh, wow. Do you want me to...
A diet
Wow.
of tripe.
Now, for those of you interested, and for those of you who actually live in the city of Bradford, now, at one time in the city centre, those of you of a certain age will remember this. Those of you under a certain age, and who are ignorant to such delicacies as tripe, will not remember this. But in Bradford, there was a place called the Tripe Bar. Now, I remember as a youngster...
Was it popular?
It was incredibly popular, because at the Tripe Bar, you used to go there and you could get a plate of honeycomb tripe with salt and vinegar.
Wow.
But not only honeycomb tripe, you could also share... I can't believe I'm doing this. You could also take two.
I never know whether to believe you.
No, it's very true. The Tripe Bar existed.
Right.
And then also
I'm going to Google it.
there was... you can't, it's gone. The Tripe Bar used to have other delicacies that were often tasted by moi. You could eat anything from black pudding to pig bag.
Pig bag?
Yes. It's not something that pigs put their shopping in when they've been to Tesco's or wherever. It's the lining of the stomach.
So it's like a haggis, but a pig?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just humouring me now.
No, for those of you who know the answer to the question, is pig bag real, please contact us at twomanandaghost
At Hotmail.
.com.
Is it? What? I've forgotten what our email
Yeah, it
address
is.
is it?
Twomanandaghost at hotmail.com.
Brilliant.
Thank you. But yes, and you could eat pig bag, you could eat black pudding, what else? Gosh, they had an incredible array of very interesting delicacies that nobody really wants to eat anymore, because they're not very good for you, actually.
But they did then.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and soak them in salt and vinegar and you didn't have to taste them, which was rather really good.
I've only ever had tripe once and you gave it to me.
Yes, I remember now. You came to visit me.
I came to visit you in Bradford.
Absolutely, it was the very first time.
You showed me your Marvel underpants.
Absolutely. Should we be recording this? And then the first thing you thought when you saw me then was, what a load of tripe. Or was it, oh, what a pig bag. But then we went down to the Tripe Bar. But I remember, udder. Yes, I remember. You can have honeycomb tripe, you could black pudding,
Yeah.
you can have pig bag, and you can eat udder. And that is ghastly.
Yeah. And it's closed down now.
Oh, unfortunately it closed down years ago.
Yeah.
It was next...
What a surprise.
Well, across from it, actually, there was a little pie shop. It's all coming back to me. I feel the movement. It was a place called Pie Tom's. And at Pie Tom's, you could get mushy peas and these little meat pies. I don't actually know what was in the pies, and I wouldn't recommend them, quite frankly. But it was a place of nostalgia, and the mushy peas were gorgeous anyway. But unfortunately, another place that closed down. Right, after that little interlude.
I've forgotten where. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Now the library's been so good to us. We don't want to muck up there.
where did it go?
641.1. So there.
Yeah.
That's it.
There we are.
Marvellous. So I'm glad we could educate you about the paranormal.
Yes, that was just an interlude on behalf of Two Men and a Ghost regarding Tribe. Now, meanwhile, back in the stack.
Ta-da! Just when you thought it was safe to go back.
Don't follow this, by the way.
Oh, crumbs. Nearly tripped.
The wonderful thing about the stack is, I know we've gone on about this a little bit, but it is absolutely fantastic. It is just an absolute treasure trove of the most incredible books you can imagine. And
Oh no, I love it. It's just the smell of paper as you come in.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
All that history.
We have been incredibly privileged.
The Book of Marmalade.
We've been incredibly privileged to be allowed to come down here.
Yes.
For which at this point, on very serious note, we really do want to extend our thanks to the library and to the people who've been gracious enough to allow us to do this, because obviously without them we couldn't have done it, and we do sincerely say thank you. Do you want to ramble more?
I think we've covered it really. What do you think? What would be wonderful is if we actually see one of these period people, but you can't organise it, can you? Really, what are the unless we just camp out here for 365 days?
Well,
until we see something.
The interesting thing about Sheffield is that, like any big city, it has more than its share of urban myths. And again, those of you who've been looking in on the blog will have noticed that periodically we've had the privilege and the pleasure of going out to various places. We could be anywhere from Stocks Bridge bypass.
Mainly late at night.
Exactly. This has been a very different kind of excursion for us, because one, we're indoors, which is a nice change from being outside in the cold, but two, as we recently commented, the interesting thing is that the apparitions and the things that have gone on here have been through the daytime.
Yes.
And so often we take these things for granted, thinking, oh, definitely it's got to be something that's got to be at night time. And no, it hasn't. So again, we have been learning
and
from
I
this.
think someone was pointing out that you expect to see people in the daytime.
Yes.
So if you see someone,
Yes.
you don't think, well, that's a ghost. But at night time, when there's no one around and you do
Absolutely.
see someone...
Absolutely.
Except we haven't seen anything yet.
On that point...
I think we're the only people in Sheffield who haven't seen a ghost.